Hey guys, hello in the studio. It is 10:45 a.m. on a Tuesday, and I figured there was quite a few fun things to show you right now, so we would vlog. This is also my first vlog with short hair. This is like air dried, not styled, so it doesn't look that cute, but like the best thing about this haircut is that it looks pretty decent without styling, just air dry, so I love that. But yeah, I figured I would show you what's up before I dive into my next project or task of the day. So I'm also going to clean the studio after I talk to you guys, but first I will show you what's going on. So over here, I shared this on my Instagram story today, but I have a series of 3 sketches of lemons and oranges. So I have a client that hired me for a commissioned piece for her bathroom, and it's a really cute bathroom. It has like green tile, and they might be white or yellow tiles, but it just looks kind of vintagey and cute. So the purpose of these sketches is not like the most detailed thing in the world, because as you can see, they're very loose, but mainly just trying to confirm the color palette and the composition of the pieces. So I wasn't sure if she wanted like one, a bunch, or like less. But yeah, I sent those to her yesterday to approve. And whoo, oh my gosh, ow, God. I already spilled my coffee today, and now I just tripped on my easel. That hurt. Okay, trying to start it off on a good foot today. So as you can see, this is the state of things. It doesn't look that messy, but like this is just a pile of supplies, and it's in my way, and I need to work on some illustrations, so I'm gonna move all of that. These are some Saguaro paintings for something fun. Can't quite talk about it yet. And then over here, I am so happy that, oh my gosh, my dad. Hello? Okay, my dad is helping me ship a few orders out today, so he was calling to ask me a question. As we were saying, I'm so happy with how this commission turned out. It is for a client of mine who had already ordered like a large scale print from me, and now they're adding this, which is so fun. The quail are meant to represent their family, like her husband and her son, which I love. And then we did this nice washy mountain background that is pretty much heavily inspired from this piece of mine, Cotton Candy Desert. That same looseness, and all the tones just turned out beautifully with the quail. And of course I give her credit too, because I had presented her with like 4 different background options, and she chose this one, and I think it was definitely the best choice. So that will go out to her this week as well. And then the other thing I'll show you guys is this, which looks pretty basic, but it is the background I shared with my client for a commissioned piece, and she just actually messaged me, so I'm gonna see what she said, if she liked it. She said, OMG, it's perfect. That's great news. Very cool. But I'll show you guys her sketch because it's pretty fun. Actually, let me show you the process a little bit. So we are painting that cabinet door. We're painting the interior with cacti and lovebirds, and she has these wild lovebirds that live in her front yard. It's like the only, I think it's the only North American population of lovebirds. They somehow either like got out of a pet shop or someone let them loose or something, so we have a wild population, and they hang out on her cacti, her and her husband's cacti. They're really great. So I had sent them this as a sketch option, and also this, and I was kind of like seeing like what kind of background they wanted, what kind of composition, and we were thinking about going with this one, but with more of these colors and style, and this style of birds, but then doing a sunset background. So I just sent her this, and I am so pleased. This is why I love commissions, because clients have really good ideas. I am so pleased that she chose this sunset background, because look at that, it's vibrant and striking. And I changed the cacti to be a little bit more green. They're gonna be in this style, because this really captures like the style of cacti. And I'm just thrilled with how it turned out. And apparently she is too, because she said it's perfect, which is great. And I am super excited, because I've been like anxious to start that painting, and now I got all the full approval. We can go ahead with it. So it's going to be quite beautiful. Cannot wait. So yeah, my other main tasks for the day are some children's book illustrations for my client. What is the other thing? Oh, developing a wedding suite a little bit further for one of my other clients. And then at 4:30, I am being interviewed for a podcast. The podcast is Cracking Creativity Podcast with Kevin Chung. So I'll be speaking with Kevin this afternoon. My friend Dave was actually on the podcast episode number 74 and recommended me to be on, which was so nice of him. So I'll be doing that. It's only like 11 right now though, so we've got a nice big chunk of the day to work, and that's what I'm gonna do now. Oh, but first we're cleaning the studio. Let's run a little time lapse. Okay, the workspace is cleaned. I'm just going to wash my brushes, but I thought I would show you guys what the setup is. I have my palette paper, my iced coffee. I'm trying a new cold brew, like it's just in the bottle and it's a concentrate. So you add milk, I use soy milk, and the ice cubes are coffee ice cubes, so it stays nice and strong. I think it's called Grady's. I'll have to show it in the future. And then I have all my paints ready to go. I started keeping this little caddy together because I do the same thing with my acrylics, but then this is portable, so if I want to paint out outside or like out on the kitchen table, I can. And then I want to talk about these gouaches in a second, but then I have like my pencils and eraser ready to go. There's more watercolor in here in case I need a specific color, and then I just thought I would leave this out because it's cute and just leave it on the desk. This is actually in my shop, but you guys know I get to live with the art until it sells, so I really like that frame. It's like indented gold, really like it. I might even want to swap out what print is in there, which I always give customers freedom to do. Like this print is in the shop framed, but I say like you can buy the listing, and then in the notes you can just write like, oh, I want, you know, rainbow bloom in there instead. That would be really cute. I can think of a few prints that would be cute in there. So yeah, just have that on the desk for some accessory. And then these are one of the newest products in my shop. They are candles that I collaborated with a local shop here in Old Town Scottsdale called Lila Market on, and they are produced by Enlighten Candles, which is a soy, let me show you what it says. So their brand is hand poured with non-GMM soy wax, phthalate-free fragrance, phthalate-free fragrance oils and essential oils, cotton wick with no dyes or lead. So they're natural, which is crucial for me. I literally cannot burn a candle in my house unless it's soy because I get itchy, which seems extreme, but I swear, like the second I start burning it, I'm itchy. And the coolest thing about this that I'm so excited about, because I know a lot of people don't like to burn candles. Personally, I am very selective of when I do because I'm kind of forgetful and I do not want to leave it going. But this thing smells good without burning. So literally it's sitting right here and my whole area smells good. This whole room smells good. So it just kind of brightens the mood and gives me a nice workspace here. Oh, I didn't show you guys too. I'm drinking this out of my Rainbow Bloom tumbler. But okay, last thing before I start painting and get into work. So I got this new gouache, and to be completely honest, I bought it because I was buying canvas on Blick's website, and they do free shipping if you spend like $99, and my order was at like $95. So I was like, okay, let me find something small to add to the order so I get the free shipping. And when I bought this, I just did it like super quickly, and I was thinking I was buying this brand, and because like the packaging looks somewhat similar. I didn't really realize this was Holbein. Like if I would have read it, I know the difference, but you know, I did it quickly. But I really have liked this brand of gouache, Acryla, and they sell it at the Blick store. So we have a Blick store here in Tempe that I go to. Wait, but now I feel stupid because this is Holbein also, so that must have been why I bought it. Is this different? This is series A. This is interesting. I'm not really sure. I'm sure someone watching this will know. You guys sometimes know more than I do. But all of that to say is that I'm excited to try this yellow gouache out today. I really don't use gouache a ton. I only have these pink shades, but I have made quite a lot of pieces with these. Like a lot of my pieces from my abstract collection have this color of gouache on them, more so than this one. This is more of a hot pink. This is like a a baby pink. Let's see, I'll actually show you guys the colors. So yeah, that's like a neon, you know, you can see that. Totally neon. While this one, ooh, we're getting a nice macro shot here. This one is more of like a baby pink, as you can see. I'll squeeze it out. Yeah, looks good. So I really only use those occasionally, but I should get myself a full set of gouache. I'll have to do that. And then I haven't opened this yet, but let's see it. Oh yeah, looks good. I'm curious to see how this is, because in my experience, the yellow color of a lot of different kinds of paints isn't very opaque. Like, I've been doing leather painting, as you guys might know, and the yellow color is so transparent, it drives me crazy. So I have to mix it with a little bit of white, and like legit, usually with like acrylic, you have to do 2 coats. I swear the leather paint needs 3, and it would benefit from 4 coats. It's so transparent. So we will have to see how this goes. And yeah, this is 20 milliliters and this is only 15, but it still looks like a lot of product. Like, it's very full. So anyway, I thought I would share that, experimenting with that today. I'm also really loving this Academy Artist Watercolor Grumbacher in lemon yellow, and I do not know how old this is. I actually got a whole bag of watercolors from this woman when I visited her art studio in Minneapolis. Jake and I went there a couple weeks ago, and she was selling like a bunch of paint, and she was like, oh yeah, these were my dad's watercolors, and she was trying to get rid of them. So I got the whole bag for like $5. I swear it was like 100+ tubes of watercolor. So I'm not sure how old this is, but it really works well still, and I'm loving the lemon yellow color, especially because I ran out of my other yellow watercolor. So this has been handy, and I think I will definitely be repurchasing this same color in the future. Just got a text from my dad. Orders are done. He's the best. All right, now that my workspace is clean, we are ready to get started. I'm gonna grab my paper. I'm also wearing my new Overthrow shirt today. You guys know these are my friends, and I would buy their stuff even if we weren't friends because it is so soft and cool. So I like this little shortened version of Overthrow. I just got this at their warehouse grand opening party, and it is the softest shirt ever. So I'm like, Rachel, can you please make this in every color, because I would wear it. But I have to say, this is probably the color I would choose first. It's very cute and very soft. So yeah, I'm gonna jump into some painting now, and I don't always show these illustrations because they're for my client and for her book, so I'm not trying to like share it too much before the actual date, but I'm gonna start on that. So I have this book here that I was using for a lot of random things. I was trying to use it as like a project management tool, and then I ended up getting an online one instead because this was kind of silly. But I do have here all of the notes I've made on like which illustrations I've done and like the layout of the book and stuff. So I'm gonna refer to that right now and then jump in. Okay, I'm taking a break to make some lunch right now and eat it. It's 1:30, so it took me over 2 hours just to do one illustration. I have one done, I just haven't brought it into the computer yet, so that will be a decent amount more work. I'm going to clean up the drawing a little bit, add the character in, and add some color, but shouldn't be like too much digital work, but just kind of perfecting the drawing. And while I thought of it, because I talked about it, I thought I would show you guys which cold brew I got, and I must say that I really like it. It is called Grady's Cold Brew. I got it at Sprouts, and they make it strong. So you just, it's concentrated, so you weaken it with milk or water, which I prefer anyway. Like, I don't need cold brew that's just like ready to go. Do they make that? Maybe you always have to, no, because they had like a different bottle there that was like, you didn't need to add anything to it, but I like that it's made stronger so that when you do add milk to it, it's not watered down. So it kind of feels like, I know it's not a latte because a latte is made with espresso, but I can't make espresso at home. So I like that you get that like strong coffee hit when you eat it. So it's good. Thumbs up. I think I'll keep buying it. And it's only $5, I think, or maybe it was $10. But when you think about how many lattes you get out of that versus like one latte that costs $6 now. When you buy it at the coffee shop, it's worth it. Or, you know, you could just make a pot of coffee for like 10 cents or a Keurig for $1. Lots of coffee options in this house. Waiting for my lunch, I'm having some barbecue chips. They're kind of healthy brand. Grapes. My bagel is done. And I'm eating it with this dairy-free cream cheese that I also got at Sprouts. And I have tried this brand of sliced cheese and I don't care for it. And this tastes somewhat similar to that. But when you eat it like hot on a toasted bagel, I don't know, it's like an aftertaste or something that like kind of goes away. Or maybe it's like a sweetness. I can't really identify it. Personally, I like really sharp cheddar and like sharp cheeses. So it takes some getting used to, but I'm trying to commit to dairy-free life. You guys know I did it like strictly for 3 weeks and I felt amazing. And then I was like, okay, I can just have it on the weekends and I'll be fine. But even that was too much. Then when the week started, I had such a habit of eating the dairy that I couldn't stop myself. Like, I just love cheese too much. So I really just have to go cold turkey. So I don't even use regular butter now. And I feel so much better. I sleep better, everything. So I don't even take like a nibble of cheese or anything. And I'm gonna try and stick to it. Yeah. Okay, so I got that illustration edited. Maybe I'll show you a sneak peek because I just love the color palette I went with for this piece. I usually don't restrict the color palette of the pages, but I just felt like with all of the books and everything, it would be cool to keep a little bit of a rein in on the color palette. And then later I added some more elements and those kind of ended up having a cohesive color palette too. So those pop nicely against the different color palette, if that makes sense. So like there was some elements that all were united and then the whole scene was united, so they kind of stand out from each other. So I'm very pleased with how that turned out. I did get another illustration done too, so I've done 2. I would keep going, but I'm about to be interviewed for the podcast that I mentioned and got like 5 minutes. Okay, I'm gonna go straighten my hair because I have 5 minutes and it's driving me crazy. Probably my favorite thing about podcasts, and at first I used to think this was happening because the questions were really good or the interviewer was really good, which I think is also part of it. But almost every podcast I've been on, the conversation that we have and also the thoughts and words that come out of my mouth are reflective and like deeper than I usually go in like my own writing, which I'm not saying in like a self-serving way. I'm just saying like I think there's a lot of power in one-on-one conversations or like one-on-one if you're on a podcast with like 2 hosts, but there's a lot of power in one-on-one conversations because you're just sitting there focusing on the person. And I think it's pretty similar to the kind of conversation you'd have like in a coffee shop, for example, but that doesn't get recorded, which is why podcasts are really amazing. I need some heat protectant. I mentioned this in my favorites video, the Bumble hairdresser's oil, so good. I used the shampoo and conditioner set that goes along with that, so I used the whole trio, and you barely need any of this, especially when you have short hair. And it's a heat protectant and it just makes your hair look good. But yeah, I just think it's a very unique medium in that sense. And I guess video is kind of the same way too. Sometimes I have those reflective moments with myself and you guys in the camera, but I think they especially come out when someone is intrigued or asking you questions and you're kind of having this like back and forth discussion. It's probably more common than like just thinking of it on your own. That's at least how my brain works. I'm not really a reflective like writing kind of person. Like I don't just I don't journal or anything. Sometimes, rarely I will get the itch too, but not always. I'm gonna jump on Instagram stories really quick and talk about the podcast, but I'm being interviewed in 2 minutes. Okay, we just wrapped. That was great. Kevin's a great interviewer. He really like pulls some nice thoughts out of your answers, which is cool. But I also just got off the phone with the manager of the new West Elm store in Phoenix, and probably by the time you guys see this video, I might have a video up, or it will be coming, all about my design work for West Elm. The fact that they are carrying my work in the local section of the new Phoenix store, very exciting. But the store grand opening party is tomorrow night, and then I think the actual store opens the following day on Thursday. But they are having Good Morning Arizona come into the store tomorrow to film a segment, I believe, about the new store. And then they're gonna highlight some local people. So they're gonna have me there, and then my friend Scott of Citizen HD. This is his work. I love this piece. We also have, where is it? I've showed you guys his stuff before in my like local haul, but do you see this like Arizona piece? So he like sells his scraps, which I think are like art pieces in themselves. So that is there. So we will be doing the segment tomorrow. Cannot wait for that. Should be fun. So I'll go to the store twice tomorrow, because I'll go in the morning for the segment, and then the party is tomorrow evening at 6. So what a great day. I will come home, have a nice work day in between that, and then go, which means I have to pick 2 outfits for tomorrow now. I was like, what am I gonna wear to the party? And now I have to think of something to wear on TV. I'm not gonna wear the same thing. So we'll have to do that. All right, well, now that that's wrapped, I'm probably gonna make a snack. I'm hungry, Jake's not home yet. And then I will probably do one more illustration until he gets home. I'm on a roll with those. But I feel like today was a good vlog. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope that you enjoyed it. I tried to be like a little bit more informative in this vlog, like pull you guys into projects, talk about the gouache, etc. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys in my next one. Trying to do 1 video a week right now. It's a busy time in my life, or isn't it always? I feel like we're always all busy, but you know, aiming for 1 a week, and love you guys. PS, anything I mentioned, I will do my best to link below, like Overthrow, the gouache, anything. Until my next video, I'm sending all of my positive and creative vibes your way, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.